Welcome back to our channel Respect Education. Now we see chemistry worksheet 9. This worksheet belongs to metals and non-metals. Okay, now round number 1, multiple choice questions. Question number 1. A non-metal X exists in two different forms, Y and Z. Y is the hardest natural substance, whereas Z is a good conductor of electricity. Here X, Y and Z are, there are 4 options are given. Here if you understand carefully, Y is the hardest natural substance. If we compare under the list of Y, diamond, diamond, graphite, graphite. So here diamond is the hardest natural substance. So either this one or this one may be the correct options. Now before deciding that, we read the further question, that is Z is a good conductor of electricity. As we know, see, graphite is good conductor of electricity. So other than the carbon, diamond and carbon, graphite is the good conductor of electricity. Now these two are the different forms of carbon. So clearly option A is the right answer. Now we see question number 2. In the following practical set, which of the following gas is emitted? So here this is what the given apparatus. Here if you observe carefully, we can see there is a test tube and here metal sample. Here glass wool soaked in water. Here it is hydrogen gas, okay, delivery tube, water, everything cork. Now the question is that which gas is emitted? Here it is very clear. See, this is the gas emitted. Its name is given clearly, that is nothing but hydrogen gas. So here from options you see option A, hydrogen, is the right answer. Now we see question number 3, that is in thermite welding a mixture of dash and dash is ignited with a burning magnesium ribbon which produces molten iron metal as large amount of heat is evolved. So here the question is that thermite welding is a mixture of ferric oxide and aluminum powder. So I am writing its symbol, aluminum powder. Now here in the options, ferric oxide is not given. Iron 3 oxide, iron 2 oxide, iron 3 chloride, iron 3 sulfate. Ferric oxide, its another name is iron 3 oxide. Iron 3 oxide and ferric oxide both are the same. So aluminum powder. So option A is the right answer. Now we see question number 4. On the basis of the following features, identify the correct metal. First one is, it is a metal with average density. This metal forms tough passive layer of oxide on its surface. It is the most abundant metal in Earth's crust. So all these qualities are successfully suitable to the element or metal, that is aluminum. So aluminum is a metal with average density. Aluminum forms tough passive layer of oxide on its surface, and aluminum is the most abundant metal in Earth's crust. So here option D is the right answer. Now we see question number 5. The table shows the chemical reactions of 4 elements 1, 2, 3 and 4. Element and its color when clean. So element 1 is okay, colorless gas. Element 2, it has color silver, solid. Element 3 silver, solid, and element 4 is silver, solid. Here burning the element in oxygen, first element, this gas burns with a loud pop, gives a natural oxide. So this is nothing but hydrogen gas. Okay, it puts off with a pop sound. So here element 1 is clearly hydrogen gas. Now reaction with water is none. So hydrogen gas does not react with water. Reaction with dilute sulfuric acid is also none. That means hydrogen gas, it doesn't react with dilute sulfuric acid. Now we see element 2. That is, it burns with a very bright white light. Slightly alkaline oxide is formed. Next, when it reacts with water, bubbles very slowly reacts well with steam hydrogen formed. And here fidges well and dissolves. Exothermic reaction, hydrogen formed. So here these are all the things will be happened here if the element is metal. So here this element is clearly a metal. Now let us see element 3. Element 3, whose color is silver? Okay, it is in the solid form. Now here when it reacts with oxygen, no reaction. With water, no reaction. With dilute sulfuric acid also no reaction. So this is also one of the metals. Now we see element 4, that is silver and solid. It burns reasonably well when in the wool forms a red oxide, that is neutral. Extremely slow reaction means very slow reaction. Eventually an orange solid forms. When it is reacted with dilute sulfuric acid, it reacts slowly. Some hydrogen is formed when warmed. A light green solution forms after a day or two. So this is also nothing but metal. Now the question is that which of the following is a non-metal? So clearly you see second one, third one, fourth one, all the three are metals, because these are the reaction of the metals when they burn with oxygen, they react with water and they react with dilute sulfuric acid. Whereas element 1 hydrogen is a non-metal. So according to the question here you see which one of the following is a non-metal? Hydrogen gas, nothing but here option 1. So here option A is the right answer. Now we see question number 6. That is, on the basis of following features, identify the correct non-metal. The first point is, this is one of the crystalline forms of the non-metals. Second one, it has a shining lustrous surface. Third one, it is a good conductor of heat and electricity. So here there are 4 options. That is first one, carbon, nitrogen, sulfur and hydrogen. So here let us see, carbon is one of the crystalline forms of the non-metals. So carbon satisfies the first point. Carbon has a shining lustrous surface in the form of graphite or diamond. Graphite or diamond. So second point also true for carbon. And third one, it is a good conductor of heat and electricity. When the carbon is in the form of graphite, so it is a good conductor of heat and electricity. So clearly all the 3 points, they are satisfied by the carbon. So here option A is the right answer. Now we see question number 7. That is, action of STEM. Actually it is not STEM, it is steam. action of steam on a metal is shown in the figure. Here there is a glass wool soaked in water. So here is the metal sample. It is closed with a cork, and here this is delivery tube. It is kept on the water, so hydrogen gas is evolved. The metal sample in the above experiment is, 4 options are there. Now here let us see. First of all, why do we use this glass wool soaked in water? The first point is that it is used to generate a flow of steam the water present in glass wool forms steam on heating, but glass wool does not take part in the reaction. Actually, here the purpose of using this glass wool soaked in water is, it is used to generate a flow of steam. The water present in the glass wool forms steam on heating. See, here we are heating it, but the glass wool does not take part in the reaction. Its usage is only to give the steam. Now what happens? Let us see. This steam then passes over the hot metal. Now the steam, it passes over the hot metal sample. Then here what happens? The hot metal reacts with steam to form the corresponding metal oxide and hydrogen gas. Right. So here if we see, for example, here this metal sample may be either zinc, okay, iron, aluminum, so on. Now if we take here zinc, Zn plus H2O give us to ZnO, zinc oxide plus H2. Same way aluminum plus H2O give rise to Al2O3 plus H2. So Fe plus H2O gives us to Fe2O3 plus H2. See, everywhere hydrogen gas is evolved, right? Now the metal sample in the above experiment is, it may be either zinc or aluminum. Here platinum and copper, they do not get react like this. So either option A or C are the correct answers. Now we see question number 8. Clean small pieces of magnesium, zinc, aluminum and iron and copper by rubbing them with a piece of sandpaper. Take them in separate test tubes. Add about 10 ml of dilute hydrochloric acid, means dilute HCl, to each of them. Now here you see, we have taken the metals in the order, say magnesium, aluminum, zinc, iron and then copper. Now the question is that, identify the correct statement or statements, in which first one is, the rate of evolution of hydrogen gas bubbles is not same in all the test tubes. This is true because here various metals, okay, they have the various reactivity power, means according to the reactivity series they get react. So that is the reason here the evaluation of the hydrogen gas bubbles is not same, because here these are all different. Here the amount of hydrogen gas also will be different. So this is true. Second point, the rate of formation of bubbles is the fastest in the case of magnesium. That is true because among the given substances, magnesium has the most, okay, reaction, means it is the most reactive metal, we can say. So here this is also true. The reactivity decreases in the order magnesium greater than zinc, greater than aluminum, greater than iron and greater than copper. Actually this is wrong. According to the reactivity series, first magnesium comes, then after magnesium aluminum, after that zinc, and then iron, and then copper. So here if you observe, see these two are altered. So that's why this third one is false. Fourth one, in the case of copper, no bubbles are seen and the temperature also remains unchanged. This shows that copper does not react with dilute HCl. This is correct. So here this fourth one is also true. Now the question is that, which one of them is true? So first option 2 and 4, see identify the correct statement. 2 and 4, here if you observe, first one correct, second one correct and fourth one correct. So 1, 2, 4 correct. 1, 2, 4. So option D is the right answer. Now we see question number 9. Okay. 4 groups of students were studied separately the experiment of the interaction of iron nail with a solution of copper sulfate. Each group tried to record the observations as group in the table. Which group of students recorded all the observations correctly? Now here they have taken the copper sulfate solution and the dip iron nail. So group of students, group A, group C, group B, group C, group D. Initial color of the solution, certain colors are given, final color of the solution, and then change in the iron nail. So here we can understand that the reaction between iron and CSO4, so that is we can say it as Fe iron plus CuSO4 gives rise to FeSO4 plus copper, because according to the activity series, here iron is the more reactive than copper. It is the more reactive metal, this is the less reactive metal. Definitely it will displace copper from its sulfate solution. It becomes FeSO4 and copper gets separated. So here we can say copper gets displaced. Now as we know the color of CuSO4, copper sulfate, initial its color is blue, whereas iron sulfate solution it is pale green, it turns to pale green, right? Now here let us see initial color of the solution. Initial is it was CuSO4 whose color is blue. So here option A, C, D, in these three, okay, one of the options may be correct. Now let us go further. Final color of the solution, final color is pale green. So it is blue, wrong, green, wrong, red, wrong, pale green means light green. This is correct. Now here change in iron nail. Iron nail can be changed to brown color. So here brown color coating comes on it. So brown color coating. Let us see here which is brown color. See brown, brown, brown. Now where all the three are correct? See option D. Option D is the correct answer. Now we see question number 10, that is On adding zinc granules to freshly prepared ferrous sulfate solution, a student observes that there are 4 options are given. A dull brown coating is formed, a black coating is formed, a grayish coating is formed, no coating is formed. So here this is the ferrous sulfate solution FeSO4, for which here zinc granules Zn is added. So here since this is the more reactive metal than iron is the less reactive metal, this is the more reactive metal. So Fe can be replaced with Zn. So it becomes ZnSO4 plus Fe is displaced. Now, so here the question is that student observes here what is formed. Finally, this iron color, it turns to, it looks like gray color precipitation. So we can say gray precipitate is formed. Clear? Means we can say that here the precipitation means leftover residue, it is in the color of gray color. Let us see here, a dull brown coating, no. A black coating, no. No coating, no. A grayish coating, this is correct. So option C is the right answer.